Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday, so you know what that means. We got another segment of our hidden gems. I know I've been on the road, and I'm like, man, the people they call me. Where we at? Are we still? Yeah, we still here doing our thing. I am excited to be back on the grounds of California as I've been touring throughout the Midwest, all throughout the East Coast, coming back home to see all the great people. I hear all this stuff going on. I'm just like, it's magnificent things happening all across the country. Folks making impact. Great things are happening. I'm excited. I'm fired up. I received word last week, the first cohort of this young 60 young people that are coming to intern and bring the HBCU to San Francisco has arrived. These young brothers are all lawyers from Howard. So shout out to all of the amazing folks over at Howard University. These young folks are coming to intern with the city and county of San Francisco. So I'm pumped up to see this Black experience, bringing these young folks in to do some of the work in the city. So I'm excited about that. I'm also fired up because we got to get ready to kick off Juneteenth weekend. We have our parade in the city that's going to be kicking off. Folks are getting amped up. It is excitement in the air as we celebrate another year of Juneteenth in the city of San Francisco. I know the mayor is going to have her kickoff. There is a number of events that's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks to not only impact the Juneteenth festivities, but all the other stuff that's going on in the community. It is also Black Male Mental Health Awareness Month, and this is so important. This month, we're going to be highlighting, showcasing, giving information out to the community about the importance of Black male mental health and male mental health as a whole. Also, we got Father's Day. Oh, yeah, salute to all of the fathers out there. I know we'll be having the Juneteenth and the baby on Father's Day, but wanted this year just make it special to uplift all the amazing fathers out there that just continue to do amazing things to impact. I know there's a stereotype. I know there's a saying out there that Black males especially are not showing up for their kids. But let me just tell you, there was a lot of graduations that's been taking place over the last couple of weeks, a number of phenomenal fathers there and present in their kids' life. So we excited. Want to give a huge shout out to all of the class of 2024, all the levels, okay? K through 12, college, man, phenomenal young people moving on in life. Just excited to see our young people taking this education serious, moving forward. I know we got a lot of work to go to move more of the people in our community, but I am just excited to see the amazing young people that keep elevating and keep changing the narrative, as we say here at both sides of the conversation, doing amazing things. There's so much news and announcement I could get to, but we got phenomenal hidden gems here tonight. So I'm not going to take up too much time, but community, there's a lot of events going on, a lot of movement. I want to give a huge shout out to all of the folks that put together the amazing Family Day event over in the Visitation Valley. I know I wasn't there, but I saw the pictures, the videos. Just amazing to see community still coming together and uplifting the people and doing the things that is needed. So many things to get to. Again, I could go on and on with all of the amazing announcements, but just shout out to the amazing Black folks, the amazing Black businesses across this country. The whole time I was out, I was supporting Black restaurants, supporting Black businesses, uplifted the brothers and sisters as we continue to build the Black ecosystem. We have to circulate our dollars to make change. And let me just tell you, there's folks all across this country that are grinding, changing the narrative when it comes to entrepreneurship, trying to build legacy and generational wealth. So just excited. And thank you to all of the amazing folks in Cincinnati, all of the amazing folks in Atlanta, just welcomed me like home and said, Bishop, you here. We love you. We love you. We see what you're doing. Thank y'all. I love y'all too. Just great to see all of the young people. It keeps me going. Also, tomorrow we'll be acknowledging and uplifting some of our scholarship winners. We got 19 scholarship winners that we're going to be impacting this year. So we're excited about that. So just look forward. I'm hitting the ground running. I don't get no breaks. I'm hitting the ground running. A lot going on. But with that being said, Brother Mark is here. The voice. What's going on, brother?
Man, Bishop, as always, good to see you. What's going on, community? As always, one love. Glad to be here, man. I had a birthday since the last time we spoke. I'm a little bit older, trying to get a little bit wiser, and definitely looking to share some more love with the community. Thanks to everybody who sent love. But yeah, man, we've got a phenomenal guest tonight. I always love hidden gems with so much going on in the world, so much negativity, so much bad news. It always makes me feel good that we have the opportunity to shine a bright light and give flowers to people who are actually making an impact and doing something positive in the community. So glad to be here.
Man, happy to see you. Happy to be here. Happy birthday. I know it was amazing. And yeah, each year we get another gray hair, Mark. You know what that means? That's wisdom. It's grays everywhere, but it's just been great. I know we've had a number of things going on impacting the Bay Area. I know we had a number of wildfires that's broken out. A lot of the fires are pretty much contained right now. Again, community, be careful as we approach the holiday season. I know we got Juneteenth, 4th of July coming up. The weather is hot. We are headed into a heat wave here in the Bay Area. I just came from some amazing heat, and I come back and they say, oh, it's 100 degrees, 80 degrees. It's going to be hot the next couple of days. So community, make sure you're doing your part. Stay hydrated. Check on your elders. There's a number of cooling stations all across the Bay Area that are opening up for folks in the community. If you live in the East Bay, you live in the North Bay, or you live on the outside skirts like Sacramento and things of that nature, Stockton out in that way, there's cooling centers that's going to be open up for our elders, for community. Please be careful. These heat strokes are very real, and these temperatures are climbing fast. So make sure if you don't have air conditioning in your house, you get to one of these cooling systems. I know all the public libraries, most hospitals and things are going to have spaces where folks will come in, enjoy some cooling. But again, we had a couple earthquakes today, little small rattlers. So I mean, things is happening. It's shaking up, and we just gonna keep pushing along. But with that being said, just want to say, look, we got work to do. There's no ending to this. There's a lot of things that's happening. We got economic impact that is really it's just tearing our communities up right now. The number of job loss, the financial woes that are happening right now, community. We have to work together in solidarity, all of the community organizations and folks that have resources. We have to pull these resources out to help impact community. Folks are getting hit tremendously. I was reading something to see the amount of folks who are behind on rent, mortgage right now. It's a very scary time that we are in. So again, let's do our part as community. Any extra resources community organizations have, food, different things of that nature, let's make sure we support each other and make sure we help those that are in need. We are in some challenging economic times right now. All right, with that being said, we'll jump into some of the news and announcement, get over to Mark for the events, and definitely help out. This is something that's very good. That's going to be helping impact community. There's going to be a completely free grocery store set to open in the Bayview. District 10, San Francisco has launched its first completely free grocery store in District 10, the community market in the Bayview neighborhood. The innovative market is unlike typical food banks. It allows shoppers to select from a variety of groceries without any cost. They aim to help impact low-income residents, people with dietary issues and things of that nature. So that's pretty cool. He's gonna have a big old grocery store. Just walk in there, take out the milk, the eggs, whatever you need. Again, as they're trying to combat these economic woes. Folks are in food security issues. Folks are dealing with homelessness, housing security. We got some issues, all right? It ain't clean, but every little thing is making impact. So shout out to all of the amazing folks in D10 with the movement, D10 Supervisor Shamon Walton, and all of the amazing community folks that are trying to put an end to this food insecurity that is happening in our community. So many young people, so many elders in our community are going hungry just because of the economic crisis that we are facing and the financial instabilities. Also, there's a new bill that could allow San Francisco police to cite people for selling stolen items on the street. California SB 925 was posed by Senator Scott Wiener to empower the police. We know there's been a number of those, what they call walking grabs or running grabs. Folks come in there, grab all of the stuff out of stores, and then sell them in different capacities. So they're trying to pass, this bill is passed to help give San Francisco police and I know other agencies are starting to do it to crack down on these folks who are going in there, stealing items and going in the community, selling them hot on the street. Community, be careful. Don't be buying nothing off the streets. SFPD might be getting you, all right? The law is supposed to go in effect in July 1. I think there's one final part of the bill that got to be signed before it's finalized. But just be careful out there. We know they're doing this stuff in January 1st. I said July, January 1st. They know the Christmas season will be around the corner. Folks will be taking stuff for Christmas, trying to sell it on the streets. Be careful out there, community. Don't get caught up. Also, Louisiana passed a surgical castration bill for child molesters. Now, this is something new. I know a lot of other states are trying to do it. The lawmakers have passed a bill allowing judges to order surgical castration for those convicted of sex crimes. Again, I mean, Louisiana is different than California, but again, we got folks out here doing some things. The only thing I'm worried about is what happens if somebody's mistakenly, convicted and things of that nature. But again, in Louisiana, in Louisiana, it's a little different. Things are changing. So they said that both parties supported this bill. So again, be careful, community. Also, internet addiction disrupts adolescent brain networks. It's funny that this is the article in there because I just read something else how the studies are finding that younger people are getting more and more addicted to social media, phones, technology, and it's really affecting their attention span and things of that nature. So they are just trying to do more data and research around this. But again, community, make sure you get your young people away from the computers, away from these gadgets so they don't become addicted. I mean, you know, you see some of these kids, you take their video games away, you take their cell phone away, they just spaz out, they crash out, they just act up, and you don't know what's going on. But we got to continue to find things. This is why this summer is so important to keep the young people engaged with outdoor activities, making sure that young folks are camping, hiking. Get them engaged, get them out the house, off the couch, get them off those devices. I know for the parents, it's so easy to let the devices do the babysitting so they don't have to get involved. But we got to keep our young folks involved in sports and STEM and different things of that nature to keep their minds working as we deal with the mental health crisis in this country, not only in the state. It is starting to be a real alarming red flag when you look at the number of young people who are committing suicide and things of that nature. It is very terrible, and we got to do something. So let's keep our young folks involved, engaged. Shout out to all of the amazing sports organizations that keep young people going, track and field, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, all of those amazing things, gymnastics, to keep young people active during the summer. It is very important that young people, especially during the summer breaks and these times that we have away from the classroom, be involved more than just YouTube, iPads, video games. So again, we got work to do, community, and we're looking forward to being a part of it with you. So with that being said, I'm going to turn over to Brother Mark, the voice, so he can get to you all the community events that's going on. There's a lot of them. Don't talk about it's nothing free. There's stuff going on. You can find it out there, community. So with that being said, Brother Mark, the voice, let the people know what's going on and how they can get connected.
Absolutely, Bishop. We'll definitely jump into the community events. So let's go ahead and get started. First event here, join us at the San Francisco Brown Bombers Juneteenth block party on June 8th. Celebrate from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 5th and Market Street. There'll be music by R. Dizzle Funk. So don't miss out on the festivities. Also, you can attend Mayor London Breed's 3rd annual San Francisco Juneteenth kickoff celebration on June 14th from 2024 from 12 p.m. at the San Francisco City Hall at the North Light Court. Don't miss this celebration of freedom and community. And the SF Black Wall Street Gala, where you can experience an evening of elegance on June 14th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Visit the link on the screen below to get more details. Also, there's the Juneteenth Festival in Fillmore, where you get to dive into cultural festivities on June the 15th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more details, again, see the link on the screen below. And then we have the San Francisco Bayview Juneteenth and Father's Day Festival at Gilman Park on June 16th from 12 to 6 p.m. For music, food, rides, and more. Get information or to RSVP, see the link below. And join B Magic's Back to School celebration and backpack giveaway on August 3rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1050 McAllister Street in San Francisco. To get more details, see the link below. You can also join Mo Magic's 2nd Backpack to School celebration and backpack giveaway on August 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 155 Jennings Street. Also, see the link below to get more details on that event. And the Brown Bombers' 25th year. Come out and register for youth football and cheerleading. To start off the 2024 season, the fee is $150 and it includes gear. To get more details, see the link below. And SOA's City is Mine Tech and Sports Camp from April 2nd all the way through November the 26th. It's meeting at various times and location for ages 7 to 16. To get more details, see the link below. And Kids in the City presents Hair 101 Workshop on Saturdays from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Chase Center. It's for youth ages 7 to 17, where you can learn about unique hair. The supplies are provided. To register or get more information, see the link below. And join SEC at Hungry Cafe from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for co-working eatery and social space at the Southeast Community Center. And the University of San Francisco's new Community Counseling and Wellness Center provides 12 weeks of free therapy for San Francisco residents over 18 that are facing barriers to care. To get more details, email the link below. And Dreamkeeper Initiative's Senior Home Repair Program that offers up to $50,000 forgivable loan to low to moderate income seniors and or disabled homeowners that are in distressed San Francisco neighborhoods. To get more information, see the link below. And the San Francisco Human Rights Commission holds regular bi-monthly meetings on the second and fourth Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. in the San Francisco City Hall Room 416. You can attend in person or via Zoom. And Fathers to Founders child support clinics are every Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 232 6th Street in San Francisco. Come get guidance on child support debt, license holds, custody, and visitation rights. For more details or to set an appointment, call the phone number on the screen below. And Dreamkeeper Initiative's Down Payment Assistance Loan Program offers up to $500,000 for down payment assistance and up to $30,000 for closing costs. You can get connected with housing counselors, lenders, and realtors. To get more details, see the link below. And Walters Wellness Group hosts the Sip Paint Center every first, third, and fifth Friday, where you can unwind and set the tone for your weekend. Get fueled by tea, creativity, and grounding. And it's hosted by Dr. Kathia Walters and the team. To get more information, see the link below. And join Fathers to Founders for Fatherhood Reimagined Therapy Group Sessions every Tuesday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Food is provided, so to get more information or to RSVP, see the number below. And APRI hosts youth workshops where there will be job referrals, resume and skill building, internships, and networking and community service hours opportunities as well. To get more information or to get an appointment, see the number below on your screen. And Fillmore's Friday Night Market every Friday from 4 to 9 p.m. on O'Farrell Street between Fillmore and Steiner. There's live music, food, vendors, dominoes, prizes, and fun. Vendor booths are still available, so to get more details, see the link below. And the vaccination site for COVID-19 boosters and the monkeypox antiviral pill treatments are still available. See times and locations below. And visit the community living room for free breakfast and a grab-and-go lunch Monday through Friday at the City of Hope Cafe. To see the details, look below on the screen. And you can visit the San Francisco Office of Financial Empowerment for free confidential one-on-one smart money coaching, where you can get financial guidance in English and in Spanish, and it's available to anyone that's living or working in San Francisco. For more details, see the link and the phone number below. And would you like to be a mentor in SFUSD's Mentoring for Success program? Then sign up to volunteer as an individual or a group mentor district-wide. Make an impact. See the link below on how to sign up. And join our show so that you can promote your business, nonprofit, or community impact on Hidden Gems, or you can share your expertise on an Educational Thursday. And we also have opportunities for you to be a panelist on one of our Sunday conversations. You can also keep up with both sides of the conversation's latest shows and community outreach events. Follow us on all social media platforms where you can subscribe to our newsletter at bsotc.org. And both sides of the conversation welcomes volunteers to join our mission to uplift and support the community. Make a positive impact. Become a volunteer today, and you can email us at hr@bsotc.org. And also, both sides of the conversation invites your support for our podcast and community engagement. Your generous contributions will greatly aid us in enhancing our programming. And we would also like to take this time to acknowledge the Dreamkeeper Initiative and its support of both sides of the conversations program and of San Francisco's diverse Black communities. To learn more, see the link below on your screen. And don't forget, we have upcoming shows on our next Educational Thursday. We have Miss Sheila Kilty, who will be talking about nature's Ozempic. And of course, Sunday Conversation on June 9th, we'll be discussing men's health. And that'll do it for all of our events. Turn it back over to you, Bishop.
There you go, Brother Mark. You know what I mean? It's always a pleasure to get to all those events. I know the community's like, hurry up and get to those events. Hey, we got to get the information out there. We don't want y'all lying on us saying, hey, we didn't know where the events was. I didn't know where the Juneteenth festivities. Every week we make sure we get it out. Check out the site. All right. Without any further ado, Mark, are you ready? Mark's been ready to bring this beautiful sister up here and talk about some of the amazing technologies they're doing. Technology is at the forefront of the advancement of automation, robotics, and all of the stuff that we need to learn. AI, IT is a part of it. So, with that being said, introduce this queen, Brother Mark.
Absolutely, community. We are blessed with a true gem. Miss Gina Tomlinson is the founder and president of T5 Solutions Technology Consulting Services. That's a mouthful. Providing IT operational, strategic services and support tailored for organizations that support and enable the community. Gina previously served as the Chief Technology Officer for the City and County of San Francisco and the CIO for the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency. She also was selected as one of the top 50 women business leaders in San Francisco, Computer World's premier 100 IT leaders, and the AOTMP Powerful Women in Tech, and also was selected as one of San Francisco's Business Times 150 most influential women in business. So by no means are we dealing with a lightweight. This is a true heavy-hitting, bright, shining gem in the community. So with no further ado, we present Miss Gina Tomlinson.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Thank y'all. What an intro. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, we definitely thank you being here. I know the bio tells a lot about you, but we just want to kick off and tell a little bit of other, if you want to let anybody else know about any of the other background stuff, and then just what intrigued you. You know, we talk about IT, and you look at minority representative. I'm sure when you're at these events at tech here on the West Coast, it's not a big population of Black folks that are in IT. I know in DC and the East Coast, there's a little bit more, and folks are coming around, but what inspired you and how did you get into this IT field?
Wow. Well, thank y'all very much, first of all. And I'm very blessed to have this opportunity to speak to you and your listeners, and I'm just grateful for this opportunity. For me, technology is really all I've ever, I think I was born to do it, frankly. I was one of those rare folks that I always loved to tinker. I always loved science and math and those electronic kits back in the day when you get them from Radio Shack and all that. I'm dating myself, but that's okay. But I used to love those and chemistry sets and all that stuff, and so that was also, it was always something that I innately was born with. And I just began to always studied it. That was my study path. That's what I did, education wise and business wise. So it was just a natural thing for me. And I know that for many, having that, for women, having that, and young girls having that interest in science and technology is sometimes deemed taboo. It's opening up more now because things are changing. But certainly when I was a young girl, it wasn't cool to be in that. But following the passion that I had in support of my parents and siblings and good teachers who saw something special and saw that I just had this rabid interest, things that my comrades did not, and my peers did not. That's really where the taste of it came for me. It was born innately with me.
Wow, very phenomenal stuff. When we look at, the importance of IT, there's a big umbrella that falls on IT when you look at IT security,
Yeah.
things of that nature. And, this is a very impactful and important industry.
Yeah.
Here in the Bay Area, this is the tech hub.
Yeah.
But, what I really want you to touch on, the importance of our young people and community getting involved with it, especially when you talk about the security, the digital divide. That disproportionately impacts Black people. With all of the cyber attacks, things happening, a lot of times our elders are not transforming over to go to the digital model because they just don't have a clue. With the easy access, we just had Kaiser a week ago just say that they had an IT breach. 15, 20 million people, Social Security password information going out. Chase had a big one. Everybody's having these, IT. How important is it to have folks who look like us to represent the community to make sure that our interest is best when it comes to these breakouts in the IT industry?
Yeah, that's a great question, John. I tell you, all of us carry around little computers with us every day. Most of us do anyway. Those are powerful, powerful tools. And we are participants in technology in deeper ways than we actually realize. Even the day-to-day access to our various social feeds and the posts that we do, the emails that we send and receive. We are a part of the technology wheel that is turning and gets turned every day. Because behind that is a whole curtain of back-end infrastructure that touches things all over the world. And that's one of the things when I talk to folks, I speak to folks about, hey, you literally have the world in your hand, in the palm of your hand, when you go out and you access websites and you access email and you access these social feeds. There are people from all over this planet that have access to you and what you're putting out. So it's critical, one, that you understand that you have that voice and you realize that you have that voice, but also understand the power and that there's an audience who can help champion and uplift that voice even further. I tell you, I think one of the big things with T5, one of the things that really was, T5 was born out of necessity. During my time at the city and county in San Francisco, was blessed to work there and be the CTO there. But during my time there, it's a public opportunity. It's a public job. And when we were implementing various technology installations and ideas and initiatives, we couldn't just go and implement stuff. We had to gauge it. We had to see and ensure that initiative had impact in various communities and make sure that there was agreement and consensus with the various areas that we were trying to implement these solutions at. So what it did for me was awaken, it saw a need. I began to see in communities that were less affluent, that they didn't have some of the expensive and high grade fiber installations that some of the other more affluent areas did. And so during my tenure there, I began to see the disparity, and I began to see the need, and I began to see that there was a huge delta between the have and have nots from a technology perspective. And so I made it my mission once I left that opportunity that T5 was going to be the foundation was going to be, we're going to serve those who serve others. We're going to start working and providing IT support and services for community-based organizations that are doing things to help those communities that are underserved, that were marginalized, helping people that look like me and others. So that's how it was born. And with that, we were able to tailor our focus on what are the things that are impacting the Black and Brown communities that touches technology. Well, hell, everything does. But what we realized is that they didn't have the circuits and the connectivities that other affluent areas had. They didn't have the tools. Some of them didn't have smartphones. Most of them didn't have PCs and laptops. Many of them didn't have internet service in their homes. So we began to focus on those areas and those service providers and those community service providers to ensure that they were targeting the demographic that needed that help. But in those service community providers, they needed IT support. They needed IT help, and they weren't as affluent as some of the other clients that have those type of funding and basis. And so that's how we were able to focus on that demographic, that community, to ensure that they too had equal access to some of the other communities in the back.
Wow, very phenomenal stuff. I mean, I personally witnessed this impact our community, especially in San Francisco D10 during the pandemic, when it came to young people going to school on Zoom, the poor broadband, the poor fiber optics, the poor access to the internet services, just for folks, young kids to log in. As we see the broadband world expanding, these networks are changing, 5G, all of this stuff. And we look about, places like Baby, where the infrastructure, like I said, the fiber optics are old, outdated, are just never there. The investment in infrastructure is huge. When we look at this political arena that's going on right now, this shift in the country, our needs. We talk about investment in infrastructure. One of the biggest things that I saw just driving across the country, infrastructure in America is poor. It's terrible.
It's very dated. It's dated.
So how do we, given what you're doing with T5, how do we influence our legislative folks to get behind, when we talk about the general funds of California, when we talk about the spending capabilities, and I know we got billions and billions of dollars of cuts that's coming up here, but we're losing in the Black and Brown community when it comes to that type of access. What type of investment, what kind of legislative stuff we have to see as community in the future to really, one, have more accountability for these providers and folk that are handling our information and technology, and then the investment of infrastructure to bring the broadband and the services to community so that they can access it. What does that look like in that realm from your perspective?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, with the recent federal policy and grant that was recently passed by the Biden administration, the infrastructure bill, and frankly, to be honest, it was passed by bipartisan Congress, but that's billions of dollars to invest in federal highways, fixing the bridges, like the stuff that happened back in Baltimore, and restructuring those things, rebuilding bridges, doing things to put power lines in underground, doing things to build circuits across the country, and those types of things. So that federal money, that federal funding, that money is there, and it's not being talked about. It's not being accessed and tapped into. So that federal monies are there. Now it's to the state and local entities to get up and grab that. And I think there's so many that aren't really hip to what's happening on the federal level. I mean, a lot of people just look in their backyard, look out what's in front of you. But man, you gotta pay attention to what's happening, not just locally, but statewide, federal, across the country, because it's a hell of a lot of money that was passed by the Biden administration that's sitting there for folks to grab and access. So how do we access it? How do we tap into it? We do that by, as you say, pushing on these our local folks that we vote for, excuse me, and that we engage with regularly, our council persons, our board of supervisors, all of those people, that's our state and local government folks. We tap on those. We pay for them. Your state and local taxes, that tax that gets added to your bill every day, everywhere you go, that's going to the state folks. That's going to the federal folks. So it's yours. It's theirs. It's yours. So it's your right and your ability and your duty, if you will, to tap into that and to tap into your local, state, and federal agencies to get that money and get those funds and get those projects initiated. And I'll also say it is you must have a champion to prioritize what gets done and how. Leadership is critical. Leadership is critical. And we have various leadership challenges all over the country, all over the state, all over the Bay. And but you have to aggressively pursue those, aggressively know your personal power and rights to go after those types of funds, to request those types of initiatives and installations and infrastructure improvements. The power is truly with the people, but the people don't understand and really don't weigh and really understand how much power they truly have.
Well, Ms. Tomlinson, again, it's impressive what you've already accomplished personally, again, with your experience in pushing initiatives forward in the sector for working for the city and for the county. You were obviously moved to launch T5 because you saw some critical needs for the community. I want to kind of bring it back to the philosophy, the thought process. What awareness level has to be raised in our community to really understand what we need to be paying attention to? Because as we were kind of talking before the show started, a lot of the things that the public is starting to hear about now has been in use. And what areas should people in the community, because again, a lot of people are thinking about the educational barrier to entry to get involved. So how should the community kind of approach from a mental standpoint where we need to be paying attention to get ourselves caught up?
Yeah. We can't ignore technology because it's all around us and we use it every day. I think that brown and Black communities are the number one consumers. We spend like hell. Ooh, we love to spend. But that's so. But with that, and other folks know how we love to spend, and they cater to that piece of us, and we don't engender or really know the value in that power that we have, because it's very powerful. I think what's critical, and the thing that with T5, we wanted to ensure that not only were brown and Black communities consumers of technology, but that we were participants and contributors to the development of that technology. And how are we doing that? We were doing that by getting engaged with organizations that were enabling and lifting up people. We got engaged with organizations that were supporting formerly incarcerated folks who were just getting out, who didn't have a strong background or didn't have a strong hold in the technologies that are available today, but yet had to use technology to do some of their parole reporting and business and paper filings. They had to leverage technology. Well, we partnered with several community organizations that manage and deal with formerly incarcerated demographic to help provide training, to help provide internship, to help provide mentoring, to help provide job opportunities, to learn how to begin making this a business, technology more of a business for yourself. We've hired several formerly incarcerated folks, and that have turned their lives around and are getting certifications with Google, Microsoft, Cisco, and those things are there. Those grants are just sitting there waiting for proprietors like ourselves and others to leverage those and make those available for certain demographics. So we started with that as our focus. We wanted to serve those who were serving others. So let's work on those organizations, and let's work with those organizations, provide them IT services so they can then use their services to improve the lives of others. So it started there. It started with targeting those types of community-based organizations. Now we've grown and done some work and continue to do work with corporate entities and corporate partners, and we will continue to do that. But the foundational pillar and sector of our business will remain the nonprofit and community-based organizations, because they are directly touching the people. We're doing some things with our brothers with Hidden Genius. We're doing some things with some brothers with bringing on interns with them. We're doing some work in the domestic violence shelters to help men and women who are victims of such to reestablish themselves and learn this technology that they deem as being passing them by. Getting involved in various organizations like BOSS, Building Opportunities for Self-Sufficiency, where they're helping providing homeless shelters and homeless encampments for the unhoused. We're helping them and providing training and wireless connectivity and wireless tool sets and wireless training. We're providing those for that environment. I think with keeping serving those who serve others as our flatline mantra, it's bringing about opportunities that we didn't deem we didn't think of before. It is springboarding into just a long litany of list of services to provide others, and it's grown legs with the number of community-based organizations that have asked us to partner with them in light of these initial investments in these initial community service providers. So there's so much to be done. There's so much yet more to do. One of the things that we're also doing is with AI, and we have an initiative called AI for All. And AI for All is just what it says. It's to ensure that AI and all of the machinations behind it is inclusive and not exclusive as it is today. All those wonderful things that happen with ChatGPT and OpenAI, and you can use it to create a marketing plan. You can use it to write a book. You can use it to write your research paper. Well, there's the people who have developed that. The vast majority of those people who have developed that technology don't look like you and I. So their perspective, their train of thought, their life experience that we all exhibit every day in all that we do, that doesn't really, our experience doesn't come through in that technology the way that it should. So what do? We work with agencies to ensure that people that look like you and me can have a seat at the table to do internships with AI organizations. We also do work where we go in and say and provide access and provide assessment of the readiness for AI technology. How ready is your environment, nonprofit, corporate entity, private industry? How ready is your environment for AI technology? And when we say ready, we don't just mean the back end infrastructure. How ready is are your resources, your staffing, your people? And so that's the end road to getting that exposure to people in your organization to ensure that they can touch it and feel it and understand it. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot of it, or get aligned with it, man. We're going to fall woefully behind. And this technology is designed to further widen the divide. Trust me, it's designed to do just that. And so myself and there's other great organizations that are doing similar things. We are committed to not stay behind damn 8 ball. We're committed to it.
Man, that's very powerful stuff to hear. I mean, when you're talking about the grassroots organization, the massive need of capacity building, technical assistant. Where does T5 step in for like grassroots organizations who are coming along, may have impact, but don't have the capacity financial to put those infrastructures in place? Where you are at with that? Do you help organizations in that capacity, or you're more just focused on putting the infrastructure and the information in to advance those organizations?
A little bit of both, man. Because we have our pendulum swings from far left to far right in terms of the service and support that we provide. Do we provide? Do we? We know that we can't charge so and so organization what we charge Google for our services. We know that, and we know sometimes we have to go in and do some internship. We know we have to go in and attract certain organizations differently. We can't just go in flexing our muscle in that way. We go in with the idea that we're here to serve you, and we are here to provide you access to this highway of information to get you on board, to get you in line with what's happening today. So we can go in from an infrastructure perspective. Yeah, we'll install your wireless, we'll install your PCs, we'll provide that network support. But we also go in on the front end. How can we get you engaged with learning the various software tools and applications that are needed? And we can provide that we provide that training on a pro bono basis, depending upon the organization. We provide that on an as needed basis, and we certainly can provide that on a limited fee basis for those organizations, obviously, that are struggling with various budgetary constraints, but still need this critical training and relationships with technology.
Wow, very great information. I mean, one of the things that I wanted to, highlight and really talk about, when you talked about AI, you talked about some of the things that's happening with robotics as a whole. I know there's a lot of fear in the Black community that, the way AI is being used to perpetrate against the community and certain things. When we talk about all of those bills and the funding there, it seems that the infrastructures are our leadership, sometimes in different communities, are utilizing it to advance surveillance, advance certain things that negatively impact the Black and brown community. We're starting to see here in the Bay Area, a lot of stores are starting to remove the self-checkout because they're realizing the jobs that they're impacting. So, given the future, we know AI, we know these robotics and technology are going to continue to advance and to bring information and data and things quicker to folks than the human mind can. But I just wanted to hear your perspective, because a lot of times in the Black community, there's a lot of fear, pushback against the technology because the way it can be used against you, or just the advancement of how it processes, it's listening, taking information and bringing that data. And our community don't understand, what are they doing with this data, right? It's like, I had a big show about this when they was doing surveillance program in San Francisco for the police department. I was like, I wasn't happy. I'm like, wait, what are you guys doing with the data? Tell the people, what are you doing? You got all these cameras, you're taking people's faces, you're doing it. But I think if we have better education about how it can be utilized, how it can be advanced, and then how does it help community, I think there's a better bridge that can bring that together. But right now, when you talk about AI, surveillance, data, folks are just scared. No, I don't want my data. I don't want my information, So can you give us a little insight of what you think? Or
I can tell you, certainly here in California, we're a little more forward thinking with some of our technology than some other states. So here in California, we have the Consumers Protection Act here, where you may have seen, you may access some websites here when you're in California. It may come up, do not sell my information. You'll see that pop up all the time, right? Well, that is, California was one of the first states, the first state in the union to activate and to pass a legislation that said, hey, I don't want that we can tell these large organizations, I don't want you to sell my data. Okay, so when you see that pop-up come up, don't ignore it, folks. Don't ignore it. Don't just click and say, I never mind. No, accept it and tell it that you don't want it to sell your information, because what they do, they gather your information. Facebook, Google, all of those guys, they and not just those large and smaller ones too. They gather that information and they put it through these huge data analytics algorithm process. And they can tell everything about you. They can predict where you're going to go. We've all had that creepy feeling when we've thought about something or talked about something, and a few minutes later we see it pulled up on a website or a Google slide somewhere. That's because it's constantly listening and constantly taking your data and constantly filtering it. And it's billions of transactions that's happening on the dark web and otherwise, calculating what your next move is going to be. Now that's not going to change. In fact, it's going to get even. It's going to become even more intrusive. How? The future is now, right now, with facial recognition, AI, machine learning, generative AI. Those things, as I mentioned earlier, because the folks who designed those things and created those things don't look like us, and their perspectives aren't like ours. Facial recognition has been notoriously false positives and in error when it comes to dealing with people of color. Facial recognition has issues properly identifying people of color. There's so many lawsuits across the country where facial recognition has been used to arrest people, to identify people, and those of color. There are many instances in some lawsuits that have been lobbied and won because the facial recognition technology misrepresented or miscalculated or was in error in identifying a person of color. Why is that? Now think about that. Why is that? Because the people who invented it and created it don't look like us and don't think like us and don't have our perspective. So it's critical to know that it's there, that it is real. The way that you can help thwart that is, again, protecting your data, protecting when you see those do not sell my information. Definitely put that out there. There's also a tool called VPN, Virtual Private Networks, that you can install on your PCs at home. You may have them at your place of employment, but you should have them at your home too, because those VPN tools and devices, they're like a big shield against bad actors coming in and taking your stuff. So it's important to educate yourself and to understand that everything you say and do, even what we're doing tonight, that is out on the web, and that is being drawn in, and that information is being drawn in and picked up, and that those algorithms are already out there being built to send back out into the web for folks to pull down and use and leverage. There is a bill that's being proposed that we begin to get paid for our data. Data is the new oil. Data is the new gold, right? So they're paying for that. So all those organizations that Google gets money from and gives money to, they buy that data. They buy our data from Google and Microsoft and Facebook and those folks. They buy our data, and we don't get a penny of it. There's legislation that is being discussed that to try to help turn that around. That we should get paid because it's ours. So we should have some revenue over the stuff that you're getting from me. So just know, I think the awareness is that everything that you do and touch is touching something out in the ether, and it's being gathered, it's being collected regularly. Facial recognition is a dangerous tool, and one that, but yet it's being used across the country still. It is falsely identifying Black and brown communities, and it is a dangerous a dangerous edict to use and a dangerous technology to use because it's frankly still in its infancy. And again, wasn't built by us for us. It was not.
So all those posts about where we go, what we eat, all the challenges, everything we stop and look at, everything we
Y'all just giving
research.
it to them. Y'all just giving it to them.
So what we're using for entertainment is actually being weaponized against us.
There you go. And isn't it historic? Isn't that what? And that's how it always been.
I mean that it's like that's how America works. Like let's understand. They care more about profit than they do people. So they study people so they can manipulate us to get maximum profit, even at our expense. And I don't know, part of me is kind of upset. Like it's if you've seen the old Terminator movies or you watched the Matrix, it's like they were kind of prophesying and telling us the reality that we would be actually living in today. And it's almost overwhelming. Because again, it was mentioned in one of the news stories, Bishop had mentioned it, that they're noticing that children are having addiction type level responses to being separated from their digital devices. And I've seen one of my nephews crumple and fall on the floor because his mama took his phone and he looked like a crack addict going through withdrawal. And so it's like we remember the crack epidemic. We see what's happening now with the opioid epidemic.
Yes, sir.
Do you see like literally like technology is going to be the next epidemic that is used to control and manipulate people? How do we make ourselves aware so we can do something to protect ourselves as a community from this?
Man, it already is. I mean, look, we grew up with old companies, IBM, General Motors, blah, 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 all those. These companies that are making all this money, these companies are 5, 10, 50, 20. They ain't been around a long time, but they are the number one companies in the world. And why is that? Look at Apple. What the hell was Apple? Apple, number one thing in the world. It is. So we can't get away from it because it's here and it makes too much money. It makes too much money. It generates too much money. So what do we do? How do we become a part of it? How do we, because we are certainly contributing to it. So some of those ignorant, videos that you see posted that we're party to, that we're posting out there, man, those folks love that. All those views, that's money. Click, 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 ching, 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 ching. Every single one of them. So it's important that we know and that we realize when we post those things out there, that's money. That's generating money. That's generating interest. That's generating people having other companies, and some of them nefarious companies that are doing horrific things with our data. Just know that information is fodder for the world. And once it's out there, it's out there. You think you delete something on your phone, it's gone? No, sir. That is there for perpetuity. Also know that, listeners, when you delete, you think you're deleting something on your phone, or you're deleting something on your Facebook post or your Instagram. It's not gone. It's not gone. It's always there. So be very mindful and keep that ahead of when you post something. Know that post is there for perpetuity. But I think what we have to do is we can't run from it. We can't be fearful of technology at all. What we have to do is, how can we begin to participate in it in a logical, viable, safe manner? And I think we have to put regulation around it. I think just as we regulate other things that we do in life, I think there's that we should have some regulation around what age people can have an Instagram account, and actually have and maybe from a parental perspective, when should your child have that cell phone? When should they have that cell phone? I think at this time, parents have to parent, guardians have to guard. And I think we have to regulate these types of things, because I think there are dangers in AI growing into something to be that Terminator type of thing. That's that because that Terminator is that's not a far-fetched thing anymore. Those types of experiments, those types of, you see the robotics, the robots on online. You see what they're doing. They have robots that are shaped like dogs and other pets. They have robots that are actually look like human beings. They're walking, talking, running, tumbling. They're doing all of these things that a human being can do. You have self-driving cars and people actually leveraging and using those. These so it's here and it's not going anywhere. The key to us is get involved, get interested, get engaged. Don't be afraid of that technology. Don't say, nah, that's not cool. I don't want to get into that. No, get into it, because that is the future. That is the now. Get involved in careers and coursework that are tailored and going to talk about technology and engage in technology. There's nothing wrong with getting involved in sports and entertainment and business, but also get involved with technology and get involved in things that actually touch technology, because that is something that you do every day, every single day, all day, all day. So I think it's important that leadership steps in and to help guide that. Parents and guardians have to step in and do that and take responsibility. And I think we have to, when we see things online that are in detriment to our people, I think it's a duty, and the onus is on us. Those of us who know better, we should do better and point those things out and try to help provide a different narrative about our people online.
Well, Gina, you have come here blowing up the spot on the people. I'm just saying, blowing the spot up. But I mean, the thing is, you're right. We have to, and this is why I have such a frustration right now. And I hate using the word frustration, but it is. Right. It's a frustration because our lawmakers, and this is what I have an issue with both parties. See, when we don't pass the torch to the young people, we have people in Congress and the Senate that don't understand this data. They don't understand how this technology works. So what ends up happening? Companies like Facebook, Google, Twitter, all these advanced technology companies are making billions and billions of dollars off the American people because there's no regulations in place. Right. There's no policy in place to control what information, how they do data. So they're taking advantage of it. So yeah, you see all these folks, the Congress is calling Mark Zuckerberg and all these folks to hearings on Capitol Hill, but there's no bills being passed because we don't have enough folks that are sitting in those seats who actually understand. So they're like in this. I'm watching some of this stuff on C-SPAN. I'm like, they can't pass the bill because they don't understand. They're trying to bring these folks in and call it. Why did this happen? Why? They don't understand. So I think there's definitely an advantage that we need. And I agree. I mean, this is my frustration with equity. And I hear you having a seat, but we can't just have a seat at the table. We have to be in the game. Because right now, in the name of inclusion, diversity, and all of this stuff, folks are just sitting at the table. They're just doing stuff to say, we check the box. Yes. We need actual motion of people in those seats actually doing it. So that is, when they talk about equity, see, I go in there and tell them, I want to hear about equity. Yes. How much money are you willing to invest into the community? Yes. I'm a big believer of apprenticeship models. This is why the unions were so successful at times. I believe people should be able to learn and earn at the same time. You have to. Yes. Right. And to engage our young people and the folks in the community, everything in the Black and brown community, you show me. I have to see it. Yeah. The reason why we're not engaged because they see their rappers, they see the athletes, and they figure, I see them in this realm doing it, but I don't see the IT security person. I don't see the IT manager. I don't see the AI, folks. No. How do we put that in play to make it intriguing to our kids more than just saying, hey, you can make $100,000, you can make $150,000. Like, we have to make it tangible for the young people. This is why I get so frustrated. I go to all these workforce development meetings. Everybody talking about creating jobs. I say, I don't want jobs for my community. I need careers. That's it. Why are we in the biggest tech hub in America? It's the Bay Area now. We here in California. Yeah, and all of the OEW work, all these workforce development across the Bay Area. Everybody's talking about janitorial,
Yeah.
Things that are not about the future. I'm saying,
That's
no,
right.
we need AI, we need robotics, we need automation. Building automation is taking over. Okay.
And you're spot on, brother. You're spot on. The workforce development folks need to offer that technology training as an option, as a possibility. Now, some of the folks that we're working with the work we're doing with building opportunities for self-sufficiency, it's part of the curriculum. It's part of their offering to do an IT internship. So at T5 Solutions, as you go through their process, you're coming out of homelessness, you're coming out of former incarceration, then you can come and do an internship with T5 Solutions to learn IT, to be a desktop person, to be a help desk person, to learn how to pull cable, to learn how to install a network. You can be that intern. And those monies, again, those are federal and state funds that are there to provide that type of service and support and opportunity. But so many organizations don't have the foresight to implement those type of initiatives. It's really all about what you know and who you know and how you know, and being aware with these positions of influence that you're in, to know that there are funds already allocated, state funds already allocated, federal funds already allocated to do these type of workforce development and target those particular areas. Those things are there, man, but they've got to have leadership that is actually seeking out those specific types of internships, because they're there, man. They're there because we're doing it.
And I agree with you, but I want T5. I want y'all to be the innovators. I want y'all to be the new trailblazers. Okay, this is what I want T5 to do. Okay. I want y'all, not just the internship. I want to open up. I want an apprenticeship program. I don't know how many months it is, 8 months, 6 months. I want to see a program put together where the young people get paid a livable wage. Yeah. See, because this is the problem with training. I've talked to leaders, mayors, supervisors, senators, and they say, John, we can't engage. So I'm just tell y'all, because they say I'm radical, so I'm a little radical.
No, that's cool. I love it.
We've come to a place in this country now, when it comes to the amount of young people drop out of high school, disconnected. Yeah. Okay. The prison system is overpopulated, overinvestment in that, right? I'm saying we got to change the model. We got to start paying. I don't care what they say. We got to pay these kids to go to school. I'm sorry. People get mad at me, John. I said, listen, you look at the dropout numbers. These kids are coming from families who are financially impoverished. They can't even survive. Yes. We have to pay these young mothers, these young fathers. We have to pay them. I don't care what people say. We have to pay them, get them the child care needs that they need. And we have to pay them a livable wage while they learn. You'll pump out more there, because I'm looking at the investment. I was just reading something about prisons here in California. I think it's like almost $105,000 to house these inmates. I'm saying if we took 60,000, 70,000 of what we housing folks and put them in a program where they actually get paid like they on a job to learn this industry. Okay. And then they get to go work in a company and put what they're learning from the books in there while they get paid. And when they turn out, they got a livable opportunity. It is sad when I see the number of jobs in trades, IT, all of this coding, all these job disparities that we have. And I'm like, we have the people. Yeah, but we got to make the investment. We have to create the program, not just the internship. We need to create the apprenticeship model. We're going to
let me tell you something, brother. I mean, you're spot on, man. Let me tell you something. So during my work with the Hidden Genius program, they hit me to the state of California apprenticeship program and getting signed up for that. It's a long, convoluted process, as most government processes are. It's a lot of forms. It's a lot of feedback. It's a lot of back and forth, and it's a long process. But once you're in there. Now, one of the apprenticeship folks from the state was going through the process with me, and she said, and this was a Latina sister, and she said, they got so much money up in here that's just sitting here, Gina. Folks don't even know about this, how much money is in this apprenticeship thing, just sitting here waiting for organizations like yourself to tap into it, file for it, go out and get it. and present it. The money's not even coming from, I'm not paying my the employee. The state of California is. And yes, this is with the state budget deficit that we have. There's certain things certain items that are already locked in and keyed in. And this program is one of them. It's already budgeted, it's there. And there's so much, she said millions of dollars just sitting there for organizations like myself and others to provide these opportunities. But again, it's a long process, man. It's a long process to with anything government. We all know that government runs slow. Government moves really slow. But once it moves, it grooves with you and it stays with you, and you're allowed and you're able to do some things. But it's just getting it done. It's a hard, long process.
So that's one of my commitments. You know, we do a lot of stuff here, both sides of the conversation. That's one of the things that I'm trying to do behind the scenes. Work with our elected officials and really talk to them the failed process. And this is why I get frustrated, because we have all this technology. We are the Bay Area. We're innovative, but we allow the way we write grants, RFPs, and how it's presented to the community. It is very challenging for folks to grab that, right? And I'm really talking to them like, how do the state create their process to streamline this stuff, to educate folks? We have to have an educational platform. We can't just say, hey, it's sitting there, you got to access it. They have to create that hub and say, hey, this is the monies that we have sitting here. I'm looking for folks within the government to create a pathway. We have to create an enrichment pathway so that folks get access to these services. It's the same thing when you go on the unemployment website. There's all kinds of jobs. And I'm saying, why are we not filling these jobs? See, this is where you have to think on another level. So what do? We have all of these jobs. We have all these people saying they don't have work. How do we create? This is with that apprenticeship model. Okay, maybe this person don't have the 7 or 8 years of experience. Maybe they have 2. How do we create a pathway for this person so that we can fill these jobs? Because it's always frustrating with me. We say jobs. You look on the state of California, look on each city and county. There's all these jobs. They're not filling them. So I'm saying, are we really intentional about getting people to work? Are we really being proactive about getting people access? Or are we just saying these are the jobs we have posted out there to say there's jobs? Because these numbers, when it comes to the job report, are so false. Because they only record the first 6 weeks of a first person out of work.
That's true.
What happens to the other 36 weeks?
That's right.
You know what I mean? This is the problem. So it's this false narrative of there's opportunity, there's jobs. Because I hear people all the time, oh, John, look at all these jobs. Why are they not getting filled?
And so, well, I think there's several things with that, man. I really think, there is a kind of a feeling of a kind of a lax. People are content with malcontent. You know what I'm saying? That they are. There's some folks who are. It takes work. It takes work, brother. It takes work to get up and get out and do these things. Because for people who look like us, it's never just going to come. They're never going to come and say, "Hey, black and brown people, come and get it, come and get it." No, we are always going to have to get up and go get it. We're going, but that's just the lot we have, man. So we have to take that extra interest. We have to take that step forward. We have to do that self-motivating thing to do that. And if we if our environment and our surroundings aren't engendering that, then to me, I think that's why I would never run for public office, because, man, I think the responsibility, I think it's an onerous responsibility. It is your responsibility as a public servant to provide, to ensure that those type of narratives, that type of information gets out in whatever way it can get out. You don't see some of these people till it's time for November. You don't see some of these flyers. You don't never see these people until it's time to vote for them in November. Those, to me, it's a huge onerous task and responsibility and duty for the councilmen, for the board of supervisors, for the mayors, for all those folks. It is their responsibility to touch everybody, and provide opportunity for everybody to lead them to those opportunities, to lead them to those websites that show the jobs that are out there. It should be a spoken word every week. Go to the churches, go to the community centers, go to whatever types of gatherings that are regular, and go and communicate. These portals are there, and these portals are available. And it takes work, because they're going to come knocking on your door. They're not. So because they're not, the onus is on us in our community to get up, go out and get it. Hell, if you sit there and shoot 1,000 basketballs a day, you go down to the basketball court and you shoot for 5 hours a day. That's cool. But for there to be someone who doesn't have that basketball skill, you should also be able to go to your community center and go there and for 5 hours a day and hear about those websites, hear about those job sites, hear about those opportunities. It should be the same rigor. It should be the same excitement, because only 1 out of 200 or 2,000 are going to go pro. That's not going to happen. And 2,000, I'm being generous with that. That's not going to happen for everybody. But what opportunity is available for somebody is to get that 100K job, 100K a year job in technology, in engineering, to improve your life and the lives of the people around you. So I think it's an onerous opportunity, onerous task. There's a lot of self-engagement and self-discipline that has to be done. But I think those people that we elect, is particularly locally, I think it's their duty. To ensure that those things are front and damn center. There needs to be information all the time on at Chase Center, all the time about what the next jobs are, how to apply for this, that, and the other. It needs to be on those jobs. It needs to be front and center out there. So when people pass by, they say, "Oh," they pick up their phone. "Oh, there's a website for blah 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 blah." Those are the type of community communications to be out there. I don't give a damn about what the NBA. I mean, the NBA finals is very important, but the NBA finals is not pertinent to my bottom line. What is pertinent to my bottom line are what free jobs, like you started in the beginning. You had a long list of to-dos and events and things that were going on. That stuff needs to be posted somewhere large and charged in the community. That needs to be flashed on the Chase Center marquee. Not right along with Janet Jackson and all the others. That needs to be on the marquee, because folks need to stop and look at that too. So there's some things about what's important to the community, what's important to our demographic, and how do we tap those folks? We spend a lot of money going to the games. We spend a lot of money buying those jerseys. Well, dang it, put the state and county of job availability on, post those on there too.
Look at Tina coming here blowing up the spot. All of our elected officials out there. Y'all don't get it together. November's coming around. We vote you out all day. We got to do that. I mean, it's very important.
We do.
Elected officials, we got to get this together. I mean, it is challenging, and you're right. The political realm is stale, and I keep saying, in order to make the change, we're going to have to go to an incentive-based model. Okay, let's pay these recruiters. Okay, you get these jobs closed. I mean, it was sad for me to read.
That's right.
10,000 state jobs was canceled out because they didn't get filled, and the governor took them off the budget. Why?
That's right.
Where are the recruiters? Where are all you HR people just trying to fire people? Just blowing up the spot. It's your job, HR, to make sure these people get into these organizations. That's the problem. We know what it is. We got to change it. I mean, one of the things that I try to do, especially having access to being a part of these hiring panels, one of the things I'm seeing is these jobs requirements. It's just so vague, and it really, the way they put it out there, it just moves the Black and brown community out. And a lot of times these folks could do these jobs, but when you place the job announcements the way you do with the qualifications, it's just crazy. And it's like, no, you just stick to what you need, right? And it's just like, so I've been working closely trying to make sure that even in our HR, just streamline it, get the specific needs that you need, because we're creating all of these things, and there's no one computer human being. Okay.
That's right.
We have to start changing this model in California of like, hey, we're going to train people. We have to come to this mentality of, if they don't meet all the requirements, how do we still get these people in to close these employment gaps?
Mhm.
Because people are needed. And again, the greatest experience is learning within the organization so that you could do it. And it's just about investment, and it's about patience. Everybody's like you said, the basketball player, everybody looking for that number one draft pick. Every employee is not going to be that number one.
No.
But if you take somebody who's dedicated, who's willing to learn, who has the energy, who's open-minded, the opportunities will succeed, and you will make that change. We need to shift a narrative when it comes to this workforce development in California. Again, City and County, San Francisco got work to do. Oakland got work to do. Vallejo got work to do. San Jose got work to do. We got to get our Black and Brown brothers back to work. There are opportunities. We got to train folks up, but we have to get to this incentive model. We have to pay a livable wage. I mean, it is terrifying when you hear the mayor of San Francisco saying it takes $75 an hour to make it, and you got 40,000 jobs out there that pays below the market rate. Who's going to get those jobs? We have to live. It has to be real. It has to be realistic. I think IT might be the out for some folks. Community, get out there, look up IT. Hopefully we can influence Miss Gina to create an apprenticeship program. Get some of that state money.
I'm working on it, brother. I'm working on it.
We're going to take 50 kids and we're going to pay them a great salary of $30, $40 an hour while they learn over 8, 9, 10 months. We'll get them some child care, and we're going to make sure that they are the next IT folks in the future that change the dynamics of our community. That's what we need moving forward. But before we let you go, because I got another hidden gem here coming in. I know she's waiting patiently. I want to give you opportunity to give any shots out to anybody. Any last parting words? I mean, I want to connect with you. I want to see what kind of solutions you have for us. We're going to need some support. But again, finding out how we find out this money. And I've been trying to work with some folks from the state. We have a platform. And this is what I'm saying, the investment.
Yeah.
We're doing the best we can getting this information. We get job announcements out. We try our best. But where's the investment with grassroots organization? We're trying to build capacity. We need support. All these economic, issues impact us as well. And then all these folks saying we need somebody to marketing, communication, and outreach is the most important thing needed in the Black and Brown community.
Yeah,
that's what we need. We get the platforms, we get the folks, and we're not invested. We still have our blinders on that we don't understand the investment in outreach and marketing. We have to do a better job. When they're writing these RFPs, when they're writing these grants out, when they're getting this funding, they have to put a large amount into marketing, outreach, and engagement to get the folks involved. And we have to be able to sell our community stuff that is innovative and is going to move our community forward. I don't care about the janitor job. I'm not saying that janitor is not important, but what is that doing for the next generation of young people? We need to introduce them to IT, automation, AI, social media. This is the stuff that is moving the country forward in the future. As you said, it is the new digital gold. It's a gold mine out there. Let's educate our young people so that they understand how to use it and get these regulations and bills in place. But with that being said, I'll give you the floor to give any parting words, any shout outs, because I don't want them to come on and come after me. Gina was on your show and she didn't say that. I helped her get there. She even
she up there talking all that. No, thank you for that, brother. I think it's what's critically important is, for me, I became an entrepreneur. I wanted to make a change, so I became an entrepreneur. I took the skill that I had, experience that I had, and I said I want to do something with it. So let's say it is let's say you do have that janitor job. Well, damn it, get yourself a LLC and build your own janitorial service. Do yourself and invest in yourself by becoming your own business. Create your own business. Entrepreneurship is a lot of work. It's some of the hardest work you'll ever do, but it's the most satisfying work that you will do. I promise you. But it is you empowering yourself and the people that you will touch, the people that you will enable, the people that you will help is beyond belief. So I really champion entrepreneurship, starting small and growing each day. And in terms of technology, don't turn your back on it. Don't turn your nose up to it. You're already in it. It's already happened. It's already here. So leverage it as you can. Find out the information as you can. All my information has been flashing across the screen this whole time. Anybody can reach out to me if they would like any further information or assistance or some counsel on some things. Happy to do that, because I think I really believe that you have to do this payback, and that one can feed another, and that's just a cyclical thing. So I'm blessed to be here and blessed to have the opportunities that I've had, and I'm blessed to talk to y'all this evening. I'm very thankful for it.
Man, we thankful. Give it up for Miss Gina community. All I know is there's an IT solution out there. Go check them out. T5 community, get involved. Thank you for being here tonight, Queen. It was great to hear your information. Definitely we'll be reaching out. We'll make sure community folks, have your contact information. We have to get this IT in all of our nonprofits, businesses, to protect the firewalls, protect all the infrastructure, protect the information. For entrepreneurs can grow. Technology is not going anywhere, community. We have to get involved and do our part to make sure that we are up to date and a part of this digital change that is happening in this country. Gina, thank you again for being here. We'll be reaching out. Maybe we can get you back on to come do an educational PowerPoint presentation. You had me when you started talking about the dark web. Now, I'm not digitally as smart as most folks. I got some skills, but I'm still trying to figure out this dark web thing. I want to know how do I get into the dark web? Because I hear people making millions of dollars on the dark web. They selling stuff.
Making big money off of you. Somebody's making big money off of you, brother. They're making big money off of you. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I got to get you back to come educate the community about the dark web. Anybody that can navigate me to the dark web, okay? I want to know. I hear there's millions of dollars going on behind the scenes on the dark web. I need to get in. I don't want to be left out. All right, somebody reach out to me, okay? Bishop, this is how you get on the dark web. I need to find out what's going on. Well, thank you again for coming here. We'll definitely reach out to you. And I think that is something that will be important. Maybe if you already or don't, think about putting a PowerPoint together to really educate the community about the different steps. Put something together and we can educate our community and at least be intentional to try to get something. You never know when people are watching, they have their time, their leisure. Something you say might spike the minds of somebody to get them inspired and get them engaged and ready to go out and be the next IT guru. Okay, she is one of the top 50 community. She's here on both sides of the conversation with the bishop. Let's go. Well, you have a good evening. Thank you for being here. Anything that we can help, if you have any trainings or anything that you want to post out to the community, send it over to our events at VSOTC, and we'll help blast out on all our social media handles as well.
All the network's on, baby. It's on now. God bless y'all. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, there you have it, community. You want your IT solution, go check out T5. All of the great information that they're doing over there is very, very important, and we're trying to advance our community. We're not trying to stay still. We're trying to advance the community. Community, get into IT. It's a great field, great living, great information. All right, we got one hidden gem left. Miss Addie is here. Hey, listen, we keep trying to pump these hidden gems out, okay? We're doing our best. All I know, we got some programming changing that's going to happen. We listen to the community. All right, y'all got tired of seeing the bishop every day. Okay, I get it. Okay, we're going to slow down a little bit. We're going to move this around, but we're going to keep on doing what we do here at both sides of the conversation as we continue to uplift the people, change the narrative, make sure that the voices of the people are heard. That's what we do here at both sides of the conversation. Hey, there she go. I see a camera flick go. Oh, this is our second hidden gem. Oh, she's back. Miss Adia, welcome back to both sides of the conversation, Queen. What's going on? I hear y'all got something huge going on.
We do. I'm so pumped to be here. Thank you for your patience with me. I'm jet setting right now, but I'm super excited about what the San Francisco Bay Area Theater Company has coming up this Juneteenth weekend. It's about to be dope. We're doing I Too Sing America. I have my little postcard with me, which you've seen before, so you can give us the good review. So it's a really amazing piece that sets the great poetry of amazing Black and brown artists to music and to choreography. And we've done it in the past and it's gotten rave reviews, and now we're taking it to Grace Cathedral. So I think it's going to be a transcendent, really beautiful, uplifting experience. It is the opposite of the sort of technological dystopian world, I feel, that we were just talking about. We were trying to understand. We're like, what do we do? It's like real people in a cathedral, bodies in space moving. But yeah, that's what I wanted to shout out here tonight.
Man, I definitely want to make sure that we get this out to the community because it is very important. Community, this show is amazing. And I thought Rodney was gonna be here, but I'm glad you're here. You know, you guys are moving on up. You know, they say we moving on up to the top. Remember y'all was at the Tobacco Theater. Now you have to Cathedral. Like you guys are taking off. Okay, this is what I'm
Rodney's
talking.
in rehearsal. I tried. I thought it was gonna be him, but then I was like, I gotta do it because we're all too busy, you know. But
No, I mean, it's very, very, important. And I watch you all perform. And, one of the things that I was telling the community is you guys, what you're doing is so powerful. You pull out so many emotions from the community. It's so spot on. Like you guys do a phenomenal job on top of the singing, just the whole performing arts and how you all lay it out. It's amazing, a showcase, and I'm excited. Definitely, we're going to get out there and support you. I know there's a couple dates that you guys got coming out. I want to know about those dates, but as you guys start planning the future, and I think I think that America can go for like another year. But what are you guys doing for the future to keep uplifted? Because that father one is so important. I want Rodney to do the father one. Since we're approaching Father's Day, I think that would be something amazing. Because I was touched by that, and I think that's something that's really powerful.
yeah, I mean, I love that song. I love "In Daddy's Arms." That's the name of that song. "In Daddy's Arms." So I think the exciting thing about us going to Grace Cathedral is that it is a space where we think, where we hope, where we pray. It might be a partnership to take forward into the future. And so we're really looking for how can our projects go around the Bay Area. We are yet to do a show in the East Bay, and we're always like, we're the San Francisco Bay Area Theater Company. So that's on the horizon, on the sort of dream shape. And yeah, I think another thing that we do to really inspire the community is really working with youth. So the last iteration actually of this show, of I Too Sing America, was with the San Francisco Arts Education. And we had a bunch of young folks learning the choreography, learning the songs. And so we really work to have not just shows, not just products that are interesting things for people to sort of watch. It's really about getting the community engaged, making sure people are participating in the work. It's not just something to consume, it's something to experience, and something that can change your purview and your community. So yeah, after I Too Sing America at Grace Cathedral, June 13th through 15th, we do have the New Roots Theater Festival coming up this fall, which is going to be really exciting. We haven't announced all the projects yet, but we do have some really dope things in the works. I'm gonna have to come back because that's all the way in the
I was about to say, as long as y'all come back and break the news on both sides, I'm tired of being last. Okay, tell Rodney I don't want to be the last one to find out. Okay, I love Rodney. I love what you guys are doing. How come I am the last person to find out about all this? He's always breaking with everybody else with me. I'm like, Rodney, what you forgot about the bishop, huh?
No, we always are like, what are we going up? What are we getting on both sides of the conversation? What is it going to happen? No, I gotta come back and tell you all about the New York Theater Festival. It's in its 4th year. And that's super exciting because, projects like I Too Sing America really came from a place of experimentation. A lot of times we think that art's going to come out, it's going to be perfect and that it's going to be just one thing. But in reality, it's a process. And you kind of have to play around, you have to make mistakes. And so that's really what the New Roots Theater Festival is about. It's about giving Black and Brown artists a chance to try something new. And we work in collaboration with other theater companies throughout the Bay Area. So they bring something that they're experimenting on. We bring forth pieces that we're experimenting on. And it's really about, sharing it with an audience that can be like, oh, this really worked, or that part didn't work, or this part got the laugh, that part didn't get the laugh. That's the part where the whole audience started shifting and getting kind of bored, and really involving community in that art making process, so that, when you finish the piece, it's something that everybody is even more excited about because you're building that relationship. Because a lot of art, a lot of the art that we see that's super popular, it kind of gets made in a corporate vacuum, and just like the last guest was talking about how like every little thing that we do, they're trying to project what's their next move. That's kind of how a lot of art is today, where they're kind of like, okay, what's the coolest words that we can put in this song? What's the hippest thing, you know? And there's a magic to that, but there's also a magic to, you know, people really having something to say that's impactful, and really getting to come together and appreciate one another's work and make something that is representative of a community and not just representative of like, ooh, does it sound like something that's gonna be flashy? You know, and then you might see it and be like, oh, that was just another flashy thing, you know, it wasn't really like, ooh, that hit my soul, you know? So yeah, that's what's in the works. So I got to come back to talk about the New York Theater Festival, but
Well, definitely, brother Mark, jump in there, brother Mark. I know you got something on there.
Well, it's always when you get to talk to creatives, you see the passion because, again, like she's saying, a lot of times people are doing things because they want a certain reaction. Then there are some artists, they are intentional. They have a message or an impact that they're looking to invoke from their audience. And sometimes they did like if the audience doesn't quite get it, but it's still something that's personal, like to the artist. So what has been for you your favorite things that you're waiting for the audience to see so you can get the reaction? Like I know when I cook something to eat, I watch and see somebody take that first bite to make sure I get that it's good reaction from them. So what's been your favorite part so far about this new?
yes, I mean, I think the first art piece that I ever saw at Grace Cathedral actually was a dance piece by Joanna Highgood, and Zacco Dance Theater. And I think that, you know, you can listen to the IT Sing America album. You can find it on our website. It is on Spotify. So you can listen to the music, but I think that the dancers are and what they bring to the piece and what they bring to it in a sort of heightened and beautiful space, that is a spiritual space, I think is going to be so dynamic. And of course, since previously their part was like on a stage, you know, and not that there isn't like staging, but it's going to be very different. We're having to work around things, you know, it's going to look different. It's not going to be the same setting in the theater. And I think that's really going to change the way that bodies move in space and the way that the dance, I think, can really, when people move differently, it's literally like how we say, oh, they move different now. I think that it just transforms sort of the space. It transforms everything when people start to move in a way that is beautiful and poetic. And I think that that's going to be really exciting to see. Well, what happens when the dancers aren't up away from the audience and they're like in the cathedral, in a performance space that's very different. And that's typically where there might be like a church service. You know, we're gonna be in a different space, and I think the dance in that setting is really going to be magnanimous and beautiful in a totally new way.
Man, I really like that. I'm excited. You all do a well put together show. Even when there's things happening that ain't supposed to happen, you got to really pay attention to catch it. I see some stuff now. I'm pretty good. Like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. But no, it was some great shows, and I'm just happy that you all are doing it. And I just know the dedication that that you all have to what you do, perfecting your craft. I'm sure you all will pivot and make sure that it happens well. So what are the times for the shows? Because I want to make sure that I get out there, and I'm gonna tell Rodney again. I'm gonna try. Last time we gave out 10 tickets. I'm gonna see what we can do this time. I know it's Juneteenth weekend, so it's a lot going on, but I want to make sure that I get some people out there, even some of our young people, to check out what you guys are doing.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Show times. Thursday, June 13th, 7:30 p.m. Friday, June 14th, 7:30 p.m. Saturday, June 15th, we have 2 shows. So we have one at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and then we have one at 7:30 p.m. So it's 7:30 p.m. June 13th through the 15th, and then we have one matinee performance at 1 p.m. on June 15th. Yeah, and yes, I think this is a really great way to celebrate or one of the many things one can do to celebrate the whole weekend. And I think also like getting young folks to see it is so special because we're losing that connectivity to poetry and to literature and self-expression. And I think, you know, sometimes you might think, oh, it's just words on a page, or I can just go look it up online and read it. It's like, no, like these words were meant to be spoken out loud, to be shared and heard in space. And it's a very different experience. I think that's really important for young folks that are like, we're just getting caught up in the clicked world. You know, it's like, what is it like to be together in a space?
Man, I think that's what's so important, you know, because like I said, the emotions that I felt being around the people is so important in the arts and in our culture. What it does to Black and Brown community is so powerful. I tell Rodney, I say, Rodney, you really a therapist, okay? This is mental health work as well. I mean, it is very you know, you all, when you're singing, doing your thing, it pulls so much out of you. And when you're around other people who feel that vibe, it's just amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting out to one of the shows, since y'all have multiple shows. I'm here. I won't be on the road. I just got back, so I'll be here. I'll make sure I come see you all and do your you know, thing. But I got to get you guys to send us the flyer so that we can help.
Yes, I'll send you the whole flyer and everything.
And one of the other things, community, when you go see this show, the level of diversity, the different backgrounds, it's truly a powerful show. If you have time, if you're in the area, I know there's a lot going on that weekend. Go check this show out. It is very, very phenomenal. And we'll pick up some tickets and get some young folks. I want to get some young people in there to experience it, because it's a beautiful thing. And you know, I'm excited to see you guys showcasing Thursday through Sunday. And I want to do everything we can here to support you. So excited. Before you go, I know Rodney's out there getting ready, doing all his prestigious, you know, last minute get readies. But go ahead and give out your shots out and all to the amazing new folks and folks that's helping behind the scene to make this showcase happen. And again, congratulations on you all, 4th year. Moving on up, y'all just moving on up. Okay, I'm trying to catch y'all. Okay, I gotta keep.
Year 10. That's actually, oh my gosh, actually my whole magical team. There's only 7 of us right now, so we're still a small team. But this is actually SF Baco's 10th year of being a theater company, and a huge thing that we have coming up this fall is actually our 10-year anniversary gala. So we're super excited to turn 10, and yeah, I'm really proud of the way that our team works too. You were talking about marketing and outreach. I always got to shout out our marketing and outreach team. Our Vanessa and Christine are amazing, because they really work hard to make sure we spread the word with our community. And a lot of theater companies, you know, haven't traditionally done that level of, like, we're constantly reaching out, right? Because they're based on, oh, like, we have the same people that buy the same tickets every year and they sit in the same seat. And we're like, we're 10 and we're trying to do a show you never seen before. so really, you know, that's why I love being on here, because I, you know, finding those ways to really connect with the people that matter, and that whose opinions you even want to hear on your show. It's like, did you like the show? You know, that's what we want to know.
No, it's been a great. I mean, like I said, the 2 shows that I went to was phenomenal. You all do an amazing job, and that's just people know me. I'm not gonna say if it's bad. I'm Rodney. I gotta clean it up. Rodney, get the people off the stage right now. You the voices, the dance, and just how you all put it together with the music. It's a beautiful thing. So community, please get out there, support. You want to see something different? We gotta continue to uplift the arts and the stuff that these phenomenal folks are doing. They're pouring out from their heart. It's a great show. It's fun. And it's something for you to enjoy in the evening. But again, give your shots out to Rodney before you get out of here. He's gonna say, you can't want to eat this.
Rodney, is Rodney gonna be in this?
Look, is he in it?
When they see the video, they're gonna be like, Aida, what is going on? All I know is he's in rehearsal. Now I'm realizing, is he directing it now? Is he in it? What's happening? Either way, it's gonna be amazing.
Man, I'm blowing up the spot. I'm giving away all the songs. Look, you're like, I gotta hold it back. We gotta keep some. Hey, it's gonna be a great show. Definitely make sure you get the information out. I know you got to get back, getting to your rehearsal and stuff. But please get us the flyers so that we can share it out to the community. Make sure we get folks
Yes.
get out there and tell Rodney and you to please come back and give us some breaking news. And when you guys launch your new series of stuff that's coming out this fall.
Yes, thank you for having me. So grateful to be on.
Yeah,
We will definitely be back.
Yes, I want you to come back. I can't be the last person no more. Tell Rodney I can't be the last person finding out about stuff.
Okay, the next show's in November, so I'm going to be on in September.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be powerful.
I'm gonna be on in August.
That's right around election time. You guys gotta put some. Y'all gotta put something.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Definitely. Well, thank you again for being here. We're looking for the show. Community, I Do Sing America. The tickets are out there. Information on there. These show dates are going to be amazing. Get out and support our own brother Roddy, Addie, and the team. They are doing phenomenal things. The arts are coming back in San Francisco, and it's always great to see the collective art folks doing the things that they're doing. And we're excited, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
All right, have a good evening. All right, there y'all have it, community. It's been a short but positive, uplifting Hidden Gem show. You know, I'm just getting back in town, Mark, and I'm just like, wow, what a way to come back into town on a Hidden Gem segment. You know, out of all the days, Tuesday, the very show that gets my blood pumping, that gets me excited, because you see the phenomenal folks in our community that are doing things to impact our community. I'm excited. But with that being said, y'all, we're going to let y'all get out of here. Mark, the voice, we brought up the spot, brother. Give the people something. We want to give a huge shout out to all of our both sides of the conversation team. And we want to give our prayers to continue for Io as her family is dealing with grief. Again, so many folks are dealing with loss in these times. We want to continue to uplift and support the folks who are dealing with the dark times of losing loved ones. Sister Io, we love you. We can't wait till you get back. Take care of your family. Keep doing the things that you need to do. Brother Mark, the voice, give the people something great.
Well, Bishop, one thing I can say about tonight's Hidden Gems, it was absolutely encouraging and inspiring to see that we have people that are in the STEM IT field that are advocating, pushing, and bringing the information forward, so we have access to step into this space. Because again, there is an effort that needs to be made on our part to know what's going on and what's available, because ain't nobody else coming to save us. So we got to get in there and get it for ourselves. And of course, with FS Backco having the creative arts, there are certain things that a language that is in movement and frequency and in sound, and they have impact on people when they're put together in an artistic and direct way. And you can never discount the influence that the arts has in the community. So 2 amazing Hidden Gems. Good to have you back, of course, safe and sound, and community. Just remember to believe in yourself, because nobody is coming to save us. And I'm glad there's so many people that are still fighting the good fight, still serving, still building, still making sure that we have a common unity amongst each other. So glad to be a part of it as always.
Man, definitely. I'm just glad to have you. I know the birthday was a big day for you. Brother Mark, getting up there in age, living life, still here, uplifting, supporting the community. That's what it's all about. Thank you all for holding it down while I'm running around trying to uplift the people, change the narrative, trying to be great. In the midst of all of the haters, in the midst of all of the negativity, I still rise. I too sing America. I don't know what's going on, but I'm back, community. Yeah, I'm back. You're going to see me. I'm going to be networking, navigating through the community. We got a lot of amazing events coming up, a lot of things that's important, that's pressing in the community. I'm back, community. Sometimes you have to just remove yourself. Look around, smell the air, look at the trees, see the people. Now I'm back. I've been praying on some things. It's change coming. Can we move the people forward? I don't know. I'll figure it out. We're going to keep doing this thing. We're going to keep uplifting the people. We're going to keep pushing us forward, changing this narrative. It takes us all, but we will amplify the voices of the people. I am the bishop. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for the great benediction. I don't know if they're great, but I got to give a benediction. I've been gone. I don't know if I can get the words out of my mind. It's benediction time, community. All right. With that being said, hey, we back on the air for another segment of our Hidden Gems. You know, these are the folks Sometimes you overlive. You know those gems, those diamonds in the rough. Sometimes you just can't see them shine, and you pick them up and watch them out. They bright. They just shine. Everybody see it. Yeah, tonight, phenomenal gems. We had the sister coming on, Miss Gina, coming on talking about IT, the importance of technology, the importance of engineering, STEM. The importance of our future is tied to technology. Community. I hope you heard her. There's some opportunities. There's some things that T5 is doing to make the community thrive. There's some opportunities coming in the future. Be a part of it. We can't stand still. The future is continuing to move. You must find a way to get into automation, robotics, IT. All of these things are where we're going. We can't stand still and be afraid of the unknown. We must step into our future. I know we get comfortable and dwell in the past, but we must step into our future. The future is IT. The future is technology. The future is out there. We must protect our community. We must uplift our community through technology. We must advance the community with AI. I don't know. We got to find a way to get involved. Let's connect the dots. Community, reach out to Gina. If you have an organization, if you're running a business, you need IT support, reach out to her. Let T5 Solutions come in. See what you're doing, how you can advance the work that you're doing and protect your assets in the IT industry. Then we had the amazing out of here from the SF Backhoe Company. They are doing some phenomenal things. Just remember, they only 30 years old. This brother's been in business 10 years, young man, running the theater, doing these performances that are amazing in the arts, impacting the lives of the community. When I hear I Too Sing and for the fathers and all of the great stuff that they're doing, the impact between music, art, and storytelling, it's just something else. We tell stories in multiple ways. Sometimes we tell stories through music. Sometimes we tell stories through dance. Sometimes we tell stories through the arts that we love so much. Go get a play. Go out and check something. They're moving up. They're rising. They're going to be at the Grace Cathedral. Go out and support. That's all y'all hear me say. Reciprocity, community, support each other. Let's create this Black ecosystem. Let's create an economic boom from within ourselves in these challenging economic times. It is our duty to make sure that we uplift the people. I will uplift the people. I will stand with the people. I brought up the spot. All my elected officials. Yeah, all my elected officials out there. Y'all heard the sister. Don't be waiting until November to come out and talk about what you're doing. We need steady motion from our elected officials. There's a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunity that are resting on folks' desks. We have to re-energize these departments. We have to re-energize our state unemployment. There are phenomenal people with talent that we could put into the workplace. We could do this, community. We have to get energized, and we have to be the innovators. We are in the Bay Area. We are the innovative folks. We have to find a way to tap into our community and make sure that our community folks are advancing, getting the education, getting tools that they need so that they can compete in these markets, so that they can continue to excel and lift the voices of our community. With that being said, community, we got a heat wave here. I don't know how hot it's going to get. It's getting pretty hot out there. Make sure you drink your water. Stay hydrated. Bring your pets in. Okay, they talk about in the East Bay tomorrow, be up to 100 degrees. North Bay, Sacramento, 100. I don't know. It's going to be hot, okay? There's cooling stations, cooling places that you can go to cool off if it gets too hot. If your air conditioner is not in your home working, they're going to have these spots you can go to be cool. Go get some ice cream. Go see some of the black and brown ice cream shops across this country. Go to Mitchell's. I don't know. It's a great day to go to the beach, eat some ice cream. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Check on our elders, okay? A lot of times our elders, it's warmer outside than normal, and they're not drinking enough water. Keep your eye on your loved ones. Check on your loved ones. Make sure your pets have water. Bring them in to cool places if possible. Again, PG&E is revealing some of their new technology to help with some of these blackouts that's been happening during these hot days. So hopefully with this new technology, we'll have less power outages during these heat waves. But again, it's going to be hot. Dress loose. Make sure your young people have shorts and things on. Make sure they stay hydrated when they're out playing, running around outside, or riding bikes, whatever they're doing. Make sure they have water and stay hydrated. It is important. These heat strokes are happening more and more and more. Folks are dropping dead. Folks are going to the hospital from being dehydrated. So make sure you're doing your part to uplift the community. Again, our Juneteenth of festivities is about to kick off. The mayor's kickoff. A number of things is happening. Get involved. Check out all of our social media handles where the information is there. We also like to hear from you all. Please, if you got topics you want to talk about, we got a survey out there, things you would like to see change happen. Maybe it's less of me. I think it is less of me. All the surveys say, we don't need you, Bishop. We don't need you, Bishop. Hey, take the survey. Give us some information. We are always trying to improve our platform and the way we impact community. Again, congratulations to all of our both sides of the conversation scholarship winners. We are excited to step on the side of the young people and uplift them and give them an opportunity. None of this happens without the Dreamkeeper Initiative, our Mayor, London Breed, Shaman Walton, Director Davis, Dr. Sy, the Human Rights Commission. Again, this Dreamkeeper Initiative is really impacting our youth. Shout out to the amazing young brothers from Howard that are coming to San Francisco, bringing this HBCU experience to San Francisco, working with our city attorney, working in there, doing the stuff that they need to do. Again, we have the tools. Somebody has to take the initiative. The Human Rights Commission is doing their part. This Dreamkeeper Initiative is moving our community forward. Again, there are positive things happening. Folks are being uplifted. The narrative is being changed. Young people are being inspired. We could do this, community. Just could keep pushing through. Even in these economic times, we'll make it. That's what we do here in San Francisco. We just make it. We keep doing what we do. Hey, but I'm back. You guys can see me. You can throw rocks at me. I don't know. I'll be around at all the events. Okay, the Bishop is back. All right, I got some things going on. I'm gonna be busy. I know I got 1,000 people calling me. Just hang in there. Be patient. I'm coming to see all y'all again. Congratulations to the class of 2024. All of the amazing folks who graduated, walked the stage. We appreciate you. We honor you. We love you, and we uplift you. Until the next time. I guess this Thursday. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. The Bishop. I'm back. They got me working. I love y'all. Have a great evening. Be safe out there. Stay hydrated. Stay out of the sun if you can. Go to the beach, I guess. Get some ice cream. I don't know. It's a great week here in the Bay Area. Happy to come back to some happy weather. With that being said, I am the Bishop. Good night, community.